Hi everyone, it's Editing Madison here. I just wanted to come on here and say how over the moon I am about the response my first video got. I got like a lot of comments and like people welcoming me into like the author community on YouTube, and that just means so much to me. I honestly didn't think anyone would see it, and just like seeing that so much engagement, was just really unexpected. And I just wanted to say thanks for all the people that left comments and likes and stuff. So yeah, this is my first vlog, and yeah, I hope you guys like it. If there's any content that you would like to see in the future of me doing anything, please let me know and I'll definitely do it. But yeah, I just wanted to hop on here before the video started to say thanks, and I hope you guys like this video. Bye! Hello, welcome to the first day of the vlog. So it is currently like 9:20, 9:30. I planned on writing today. I really wanted to do like a challenge where I did like write with me for the day, but my plans changed and I didn't get to do that. I haven't really had a whole lot of time to sit down and write at all really this past week. It was really difficult for me. I just wasn't really in the headspace to write anything, so I definitely want to make up that and write this week, and today's kind of the day to do it. I know that I won't be able to write tomorrow because I have a big test coming up on Tuesday, so I do want to spend majority of my time studying tomorrow, but other than that, the vibe is kind of already set. Like I have a candle going at my desk. I have LED candles going as well, and I just want to world build a little bit more. That's really where the stage is. That's really where my story is. It's still in the world building stage. I haven't written out like dialogue or anything like chapters or anything like that. If you haven't seen my first video, my story is basically about queens, like a group of queens, and how they're dealing with the war in their kingdoms. And it is a fantasy, and I pretty much have the magic system in place, but the politics is really bare. It's still in its very skeletal stages right now. I feel like I'm fleshing out the characters pretty well. I never really have a hard time building my characters. I usually develop my characters from what I've seen like in my previous stuff. I don't think character development is a problem for me. It's more so getting the bare bones in, and like making sure, like when it comes to like threats or like trouble in the system is where I get a little bit like that's just the area where I'm not really good at. Like I can build a world perfectly fine. It's just when it comes to conflict is when I get a little bit troubled in that area. I plan on taking conflict from real world stuff because I feel like that's the most easiest, but it's just the way of how I want to translate that. Taking bits and pieces of things that happen in real world and translating it into my book, but where my book can also be seen as escapism. I don't want another like fellow POC to read the book and be reminded of what they're going through in their day-to-day life, that's not really fantasy to me. Every place has their problems. I just don't want it to be I just don't really want race to be the forefront, like slavery or whatever to be the forefront of this fantasy world. So that kind of rules out one of the conflicts that I could potentially have in my story. But yeah, I think I'm gonna write for about an hour. Writing is priority today. So it is still day one, it's still Sunday. I think it's kind of funny. I haven't did any type of Pinterest board or Notion, anything like that for this book yet. It's just pretty much just been like regular books that I've been writing in, and I definitely like that more. I eventually plan on taking and printing out everything, like, so any like reference photos or anything like that, character profiles, maps, all that stuff. I plan on printing it out and putting it all into this one big binder. I think that would be very beneficial, and that just be my world Bible. So yeah, I'm kind of stalling. I'm kind of stalling just because it takes me so long to get into the headspace of writing, but I really want to do something today. It just requires brain activity, and I really just want to relax, but I also want to write, so it's just kind of like that double, like, what do I do? But I know that I'll be more happy if I write instead of like scrolling on TikTok or Instagram or whatever. So we'll see. Hello everyone, it's Madison. It's the second day of the vlog. Today was hard. Today was really, really hard for me. So I don't really know how much I'm gonna get done with writing. I already have a lot to do. I have a big test coming up tomorrow in astronomy, and I do need to study for that. That's, obviously, and I have some homework to do as well. I do want to still write today, but if I do write, it will definitely be something very simple and very easy. Maybe going on Pinterest and maybe creating a new Pinterest board or something like that. Nothing that really involves like a whole lot of brain activity. And this is funny, but there is like, I don't know if I can, there's like two cats. There's my cat down here, if you can see him, and I can't turn my thing around, but outside my window there's cat number one, and then I'm trying to there's cat number two, like right over there near the tree. That's so funny. There's like so many cats, and they're just so fluffy, and I kind of want to just go out there and play with them, but I mean, I don't know who they are, so stranger danger when it comes to cats. But anyway, yeah, like literally the only highlight of today is that I'm wearing like a really cute outfit. Here is my outfit, might as well show you, right? I like dressing like a little librarian. It's just really fun, and yeah, today sucked, but you know what? It's okay. We're gonna get through this, I hope. I will update you guys if I do end up writing tonight. Hello everyone, so today is day 3 of the vlog. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to write anything yesterday just because I was just mentally exhausted. Honestly, looking back on it, there was like really no way I was gonna get anything done, even if it was just something easy to do. So I don't even know why I was like, I don't even know why I even tried to do anything. I really clearly just needed to rest yesterday. I am really excited to write today. I just have that feeling to write. Like, you know, when you just get really excited about your story? That's how I am, but I want to write dialogue, which for me is not necessarily a good thing. I know that when I start to want to write dialogue, that means that I'm kind of it's starting to get stale and I'm not progressing. Just because I know how important world building is to me, and when I'm like, I just want to start getting it done, then I know I need to start moving forward with my world building more than just because I've sat with this story has been accumulating in my head for a very long time, right? I started it even though it's not necessarily like what I wanted to start with. Like the concept is different, but I started the story like either last year or year before last. And the concept was about three sisters and who eventually become queens, right? So that was originally the concept of the story. And it's like I've sat with this type of story for a very long time, even though like this has kind of been accumulating since like forever, since like I was like 6 or something. I feel like I'm starting to kind of get bored with the world building, if that makes sense. Even though this is a new concept and it is the new world, I'm actually putting words onto paper of what I want my world to be. I am starting to get a little bit stale and kind of like, oh, like I'm never gonna finish world building, which I know isn't true. But yeah, I thought about doing like a little planning session of planning out my writing instead of just writing willy-nilly and, you know, world building what I want to world build when I want to do it. And I just don't think that, like, I feel like that isn't really working for me. I definitely need more structure when it comes to building this story. And you know, I mentioned doing that to like I mentioned doing that. I don't know if I did it on camera, but I definitely said out loud, like, I want to do this. I just haven't put it into fruition yet. It hasn't come to fruition yet. So I think I'm gonna try. I'm not gonna do that tonight, just because I don't really want to. Like, I just got out of school, and it's already like 8 o'clock. Usually I start writing right at 8 o'clock, but since I haven't ate dinner or anything, I have to kind of get in the zone before I do that stuff. And I know that if I try to plan out my world building today, I just don't think I will be satisfied with it, just because I really want to do some world building. And I don't know, I really just want to write something and do something. Like, I don't know, like, even if it's down to like something simple, like planning, it always goes back to character stuff. Like, if it's any type of character analysis or anything, I'm fine with that. But I want to be more hands-on with my story today than thinking about my story and how I can better plan out my story, if that makes any sense. So I'm gonna update you guys a little bit later of how that goes. And yeah, I will see you then. Bye. So I'm about to write. I got the fake fireplace river going. Dinner is right there, all ate up. I wanted to mention something in my story that I've had the idea for a while now, but executing it is like, it's gonna be a challenge. As you know, if you watched my first video, I'm writing a fantasy story. It's also romance, but I'm really working on the fantasy aspect right now. So I've been, cultivating, I guess you could say that. But something that I've really wanted in this story, that just sounds so silly to say about a fantasy book, but I really want guns. Stay with me. I really want guns in the story. I know that guns are very modern. And I think that's what makes it hard to add it to a fantasy story, because this is supposed to be like medieval, things like that. If I were to add guns, I'm afraid that it would take people out of the story. And I don't mean like AR-15s or anything like that. I mean like maybe a gun with like they used in like the World Wars or something like that. Maybe one with, what is it called, a bayonet, I think. Like the knife at the end of a gun. I just think that that would be such a cool conflict for my characters to face. I feel like I could put it in, but it'd have to be fantasized somehow, some way. So I'm just trying to deal with that. But we'll see. I really like the idea. I think it's really different, and I just really like it. Like I really do like it, but I don't know. We'll see. So it is about 9:30. I made some progress, not as much as I hoped, but obviously, everything's not gonna happen overnight. I think I mentioned it in one of the earlier vlogs that I wanted to really get into what the war was about. In my story, I think I mentioned that. In the story, tonight basically I figured out the culture of the place. The place is called Atlantis, which I'm probably gonna change it because it's so basic, but I know I figured out the culture of Atlantis, and basically pre-war, during war, and after war. The only thing I just can't figure out is why this war started. Like, I don't know why, but it's just taking so much brain power. I know it'll come to me, but that's just something that's just been kind of up in the air for a while. And I noticed that as I'm kind of getting deeper into the nitty-gritty of, world building, that the reason, the war happened is kind of becoming more clear. But I wish I could just get over this hump of why did the war start, so I could move on with my life. And right now I'm actually just I'm really just trying to get into the culture of where the story takes place, what type of clothes is being worn at this time, what do the different regions think of each other, is where I'm kind of getting at. I definitely want to do a little bit more of what I think next time I write, I want to piggyback of what I did today and just kind of go deeper into the culture of each like region, continent, whatever, and really figure that out. I feel like that's just kind of a fun thing to do. I didn't write as long as I thought I would today, but I am like already sleepy. So I'm just gonna shower up and go to bed. Hello. It is day 4 of the vlog. It is about 7:30. I am going to, usually when I get home, I like to eat then write. But today I'm going to do a little bit different. I'm going to write, then I'm going to chill just because I just kind of want to get writing done today. I want to get it out of the way. Not because it's a chore, but I don't want to sit down and relax and then have to get my mind working again. And this is around like usually this is the time my mind is going, it's working, you know, all that good stuff. So I might as well just go ahead and do it around that block of time that I planned on doing stuff anyway. We're still focusing on the war that I'm trying to figure out. I'm also still doing the culture of the regions. I'm also trying to modify my map to where it's cohesive to the story. I am a big Game of Thrones fan and I love the Westeros map. I think it just makes so much sense. And I want my world to be similar, not similar to Game of Thrones in a way, but cohesive the way Westeros is. I'm trying to figure that out, the culture, and then hopefully maybe get a little bit of what I wanted the war to be about in general. I got everything else. I got post, pre, during. I just don't know why this war started. That's like the main thing. And it's such an important detail. And I'm sure I thought about it a while ago. I just never written it down. But it's just more so figuring out why did that war start? Why did this happen? Like, why was it so pivotal for this war to start or whatever? You know what I mean? So we'll see how that goes, and I'll update you guys when I'm done with that. Well, here is like the Game of Thrones model map, and I don't necessarily want it to be exactly like this, but I think this just makes so much sense that everything is connected. Everything's right here. There's not the big gaps like on this one. It's just all connected. So I've been trying to draw out different, and let me get to the light a little bit more. I've been trying to draw out different iterations that kind of resemble this. Obviously, I don't want it to be exactly like that. But I think the closest are about these two right here, is where I'm getting, where it's more connected. And again, I want my own thing, but I also want to learn from the people that have already done it and did it well. Hi, it's February. I was about to say March. It is February 29th. I'm gonna end the vlog here. I think today will be the last day of the vlog. I planned on writing today. That was the goal. But I did get home a lot later than I thought I would today. Just like an hour later, but that just kind of throws my whole day off when I'm not at a specific location when my brain thinks I'm supposed to be at. It just throws my entire day off. I would end the vlog tomorrow, but I plan on editing this video and then uploading it tomorrow instead. I feel like that's just the better way to do it. But yeah, I did get a lot of progress done on my map. I think I really struggle with perfection, and I feel like sometimes when I want something to be good, I make it serious. Like, it's just, I love my story, but I feel like I think I'm thinking about it too seriously, and that's not really what when I think about this story, yeah, I wanted to compare it to, I don't really want, well, I don't want to compare it to anything. I want it to be its own thing, but I don't want it to be as serious as other fantasy, epic fantasy, I guess, novels that you would think, that you would think of. I do kind of want it to be, uh-oh, got some whiskers, got some whiskies, he's here. Okay. Anything else you would like to share? Oh, all right. There are, oh, I lost my train of thought. I don't want it to be as serious. I really want my story to, I really want my story to be easily, I want it to be an easy read. And I feel like the way that I'm trying to go about it now, it's just not working. I want it to be easily digestible, while also having prose and being well constructed. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I am trying to find more fantasy romance to read. If you made it to this vlog and if you have any good fantasy romance suggestions, please give me some, because it's like I am trying to, I try to, like, I'm really picky when I read, and I try to find a good book, and it just never ends up the way I want it to. So if you have like a really good series that you've read that you just can, like, you couldn't put down, that you recommended to everybody, please give me it so that I can read it as well. Yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next week. Bye.